Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Forrester, Brooke and Ridge pace and agonize over Luna being alive and claiming to be pregnant with Will's child. Brooke's glad Taylor knows. Ridge states the egregious, remarking that she's upset about Steffi. Katie's assertion that Bill has effects under control, which leads to Ridge raving about him being to condemn for all of this. Flashing back the relief they all felt when Luna failed, they wonder how Finn will reply to his son being alive. Ridge grunts that he needs to stop trying to be father of the time for Luna and be there for Steffi and their kitties. As they go over the horror of Luna being alive, Ridge says he just wants her gone, he doesn't care whose child she's carrying. Sounds like they're setting up a Luna murder riddle. In the design office, Will textbooks Electra asking her to please speak to him. Across city, she holds the jewelry she made for her swain, starts to respond to his textbook, but stops codifying. On the other end, Will contemplates calling her, but decides to exit the office rather. Electra's stunned when Will walks into the Forrester manse publicizing he'd to see her. He gives a speech about how sorry he is, and Electra nods. She knows he regrets not telling her, but that doesn't change the fact that Luna may be pregnant with his child. As Will pleads for another chance, Electra explains her heart is shattered but she's not ready to give up on them. Moreover, they kiss. At Bill's place, Luna continues her deranged exchanges with her stomach whilst eating bonbons. She gushes about how amazing the baby's grandpa is, meaning Finn, and thinks it's time they let him know the good news. He's bound to be surprised given that he believes she's dead. After grabbing a bag and calling out for Bill, Luna dons a baseball cap and takes off out the sundeck doors. I'm going to go see my pater. And tell him I'm still then. Finn, in his office, is surprised by a visit from Poppy. We're sure this is a setup for them to find out about Luna as she inanely reminds him that they're clicked for life and have a son together. Switching gears, Finn confides that he can't stay for Steffi to come home now that they don't have to worry about Luna. They go over how Luna got to be the way she was. Poppy complains that she must have been born that way. Finn lays into her for not telling him that he'd a son, but is glad that Steffi doesn't have to be hysterical presently thanks to Luna's death. Finn's alone in the office when Luna rolls up in a hoodie and dark spectacles, gaping in through the cracked door. Katie has been carrying a heavy cargo of secrets. She formally knows Luna isn't only alive but also pregnant with Will's child after that cataclysmal night when Luna took advantage of him. Katie is also apprehensive that Electra shoved Luna to the ground during a heated battle at Bill's home. While Katie has all the data, the rest of the family remains in the dark. Brooke and Ridge been told the verity, and indeed Finn and Steffi are ignorant that Lee intimately saved Luna's life while allowing everyone differently to believe she had failed. Effects haven't gone well for Will and Electra since the news that he slept with Luna, allowing she was Electra. Also, the baby news made everything indeed worse, and it seems these two may not make it. Luna rubbed her belly while she allowed about her little seed. She was sure that she was pregnant with Will's baby. In her mind, she was allowing they would come a happy family. Lee showed up at the Spencer estate. Luna was surprised to see her, especially after what occurred at the apartment. Still, Lee didn't show up to compliment her granddaughter on the news of her baby. She was hoping that Luna wasn't actually pregnant with Will's child. Every time she mentioned it, Luna had an intriguing expression on her face. She didn't act as confident as she was when she spoke to Bill and Katie about being pregnant with Will's child. Maybe she could smell that Lee was onto her and could see right through her falsehoods. Does this mean that Luna could be lying? Perhaps there's further than indeed the B&B observers don't know about that night. Does Will know further about that night than he's saying? It's possible that Luna slept with someone differently and is claiming that she's carrying Will's baby. There's been a lot of talk about whether the baby really belongs to him. It's as if they can tell that Luna is a mini-interpretation of her mama, who was involved with numerous men. That night is hazy than everyone anticipated. It's possible that Luna slept with Remy and is using him to get pregnant so she can stay out of jail. Carter called himself a clunker in love. He was being tone disapproving in the fate of his broken engagement with Hope, but he wasn't wrong. The Forrester COO keeps striking out in his loves. But with his hand a bare inch down from Daphne's, he may be nearer to chancing the love he's been searching for than he knows. Carter and Daphne have a magnet to one another that's palpable. The story around Daphne and Carter isn't too far from what booksuckers would find in a Harlequin love. He's a fat, successful LA counsel who serves as an superintendent at a fashion house, and he lately broke his own heart by letting the woman he loves go so she could be with the father of her child. Daphne's a world-notorious perfumer from Paris who was brought in by the company's former co-CEO to betray Forrester out from under him. But also, she caught passions, and it reared all her plans. Daphne singing at an open mic night at an Italian eatery, hoping Carter would make an appearance. And, of course, Carter walked in just as she was descanting vocally for the followership. It was deeply romantic and the perfect setup for these two to start falling in love. But it'd be accessible if observers have grown sick of Carter's attempts at chancing a life mate. He has had a revolving door of women apparently perfect for him over the times. Still, Daphne could actually be the person he needs. Carter falls in love fluently and presto. It doesn't take long for him to start spouting the same sweet nothings and soupy tropes have grown habituated to from him. But he's infrequently someone's first choice. His list of lady loves includes Maya, Zoe, Quinn, Paris, Katie, and Hope. But those connections weren't directed to be lasting loves. The Susurrus hasn't been swung the same occasion to have the kind of bond that lasts a continuance like his counterparts at Forrester. But with Daphne, he may get that chance. She's unlike anyone differently on the show. Daphne is blunt to a fault but honest about her passions. She sees no reason to satie her language or soften it, no matter who she's speaking to. Carter isn't suitable to hide from her, and she pushes him to be clear about what he wants and how he feels. They're of equal thraldom and could be a power couple with their knowledge of business and the fashion assiduity. Not to mention, they'd make a beautiful brace. Still, what's missing from their connection is what Carter inspires in Daphne, how he helps her be her stylish tone. Carter and Daphne together, hopefully, they will balance their relationship. That Carter pours into Daphne as much as she pours into him. And that we can see how they round one another in all aspects of their lives. Cleric tells Taylor about Luna's rejuvenation. Taylor is oddly calm but can't believe what she's hail. Cleric is reeling because Sheila has known for a while and promised him that her designing days were over. Taylor notes how Luna scarified her family and says Sheila has no way been able of telling the verity. Cleric gets it but aloud. It was different with him. He apologizes for jilting everything on Taylor, but she understands and says he's going through a lot. Cleric is hysterical. Sheila has returned to her old ways. Electra and Will are defying Luna. Will thinks she spiked his drinks, which sends Bill and Katie reeling. Luna gets in Electra's face and says she, Will and their baby are going to be one big happy family. With that, Electra knocks Luna.